Okay, good morning and welcome to a regular meeting of a panel of utility commissioners and staff of the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority held today, Wednesday, March 3rd, 2021 at 10 a.m. by remote teleconference. My name is Marissa Gillette. I'm the chairman here, and I'm joined virtually today by my colleagues, the Vice Chairman Jack Lukowski and Commissioner Michael Karen. We have a regular calendar and consent calendar in front of us today. The first item on today's regular calendar, docket number 091211 WI 28. I will turn to the Vice Chairman to make presentation of the proposed decision in that matter.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chairman. Good morning. Docket number one is 091211 W128 application Connecticut Water Company for its annual reconciliation of its water infrastructure and conservation adjustment. In this docket, the Connecticut Water Company filed its 2020 annual reconciliation report on February 1st of this year. The company reported a WICA revenue of $38,307 for 2020. This surplus is offset by a shortfall of $170,307, which corrects for an error identified in the last year's docket, resulting in a net shortfall of $79,000. Dividing the revenue shortfall of $79,000 by the base revenues of $86,384,780 results in a WICA surcharge of 0.09%. I recommend that the authority approve the surcharge of 0.09% effective April 1st of 2021. Can I hear a motion to adopt?
Second.
Motion regularly second adopted that we adopt this decision this morning. Any questions?
No.
If not, please call the roll.
Vice Chairman Bukowski?
Yes.
Chairman Gillette?
Yes.
Commissioner Karen?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Doc is approved.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman. We will move to the second item on today's regular calendar, docket number 190601, the annual review of Connecticut electric suppliers and electric distribution companies' compliance with Connecticut's renewable energy portfolio standards in the year 2018. I will present the decision for the panel's consideration. In today's decision, the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority reviews and determines the electric suppliers and electric distribution companies' compliance with Connecticut's renewable portfolio standards, also known as RPS, in calendar year 2018. In 2018, 42 companies comprised of 40 electric suppliers and 2 electric distribution companies to the Connecticut RPS. Serving an aggregated load in Connecticut of roughly 27.6 million megawatt hours. Of the 42 companies, 24 of them fulfilled the RPS requirements by procuring and properly settling the necessary amount of renewable energy certificates, also known as RECs, for the given class. There was in the aggregate, there was a renewable source deficiency from the remaining companies who did not meet the requirements, and that deficiency consisted of 3,675 Class 1 certificates, 18,858 Class 2 certificates, and 12,903 Class 3 certificates, which in the aggregate resulted in an assessment of just under $980,000 in alternative compliance payments. Collectively, the companies that were subject to Connecticut's RPS also banked a number of certificates across the Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3 tiers. In total, roughly 1.9 million certificates were banked for 2018. The authority was not required to hold a hearing in this matter. No participant requested a hearing, and therefore none was held. We did, however, issue a draft decision, provided an opportunity to file written exceptions and present oral arguments, none of which was requested by any participant in this hearing. In addition, in 2018, Both the Connecticut Light and Power Company and the United Illuminating Company provided standard service and last resort service pursuant to Connecticut law, and thus were subject to the RPS requirements in addition to the 40 electric suppliers already referenced. Consistent with previous annual RPS compliance reviews, each company's REC obligations were determined based on final settlement load data provided by those EDCs. So in the decision, we provide detailed data on each of the 42 companies subject to Connecticut's RPS in 2018, including information on each company's REC compliance, as well as banking of RECs in 2018. So in conclusion, in 2018, 40 electric suppliers and 2 EDCs were subject to the RPS requirements. As previously stated, 24 fully complied. The remainder were subject to fulfilling the deficiencies that resulted, and that resulted in a total of just under 980,000 in ACP assessments, which of those ACP assessments were payable to CEF, CLNP, and UI. The decision also includes orders directed to each of the non-compliant entities and requiring them to submit receipts to the authority, certifying that the ACPs have been paid, as well as an order directed to our 2 EDCs regarding necessary worksheets that summarize the ACP compliance. So with that, I would recommend today's decision to the panel.
I move adoption.
And I would second.
Thank you. The decision has been regularly moved and seconded. Seeing no questions or comments, can we please take the roll?
Chairman Gillette,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Pekoski,
Yes.
Commissioner Karen.
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 2 on the regular calendar has been adopted. So the regular calendar has been adopted in full. We will next turn to the consent calendar. I will be seeking 2 separate motions with respect to the consent calendar. I would first seek a motion on item number 3, please.
Madam Chairman, I move adoption of today's item number 3 of today's consent calendar.
Second, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Bumpin, can you please take the roll on that item?
Chairman Gillette, excuse me, Vice Chairman Pekoski,
Yes.
Commissioner Karen.
Yes.
Thank you. So I will next seek a motion to adopt the remainder of the consent calendar. So items 1, 2, and 4 through 15, please.
So moved, Madam Chairman.
Second, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Bumpin, please take the roll.
Chairman Gillette,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Pekoski,
Yes.
Commissioner Karen.
Yes.
Thank you. So the consent calendar has been adopted in full. That brings us to the end of today's agenda, and we will stand adjourned. We will reconvene for a regular meeting on Wednesday, March 10th at 10 a.m., also conducted by teleconference. Thank you. Have a great day.